I've been seeing a lot of videos that originated with Schlatt where large YouTubers would basically just shout out to smaller YouTubers that they watch personally. And I figured, as someone who has a grand total of 6 subscribers, I'd do the exact opposite, where I shout out my favorite large YouTubers and how they've either affected me or why I dislike their content. I'd like to be, I'm not going to be that original, because I'm talking about some YouTubers with at least, what, 5 million subscribers each? Like, it won't be an original list, but it'll be, something. But I'm starting this list off, obviously, with the guy who made this idea that I'm stealing from, Schlatt. He's just a guy who... But I'm all the YouTubers I mentioned here, they're all going to be funny people with their own great senses of humor, so I'm not going to just say, this guy's funny, oh, this guy's also funny. Assume that everyone I talk about is funny, and I'm going to talk about what makes them special besides just being humorous individuals. Oh, fuck. The reason I seem to respect him so much is that not only does he understand YouTube as a concept a lot, he also understands, like, what he needs to do for himself a lot. He doesn't just force himself to make any money. Actually, he just does things for the money, and he's completely honest with his fans. He is just entirely real. And there's obviously a lot of YouTubers that just aren't like that, and that's why I respect him a lot for that. It's a very, once again, unoriginal thing. Everyone likes Schlatt because of how real he is. But it's very personal for me as someone who's trying to make more YouTube shit. Having someone like that, and especially his channel, The Weekly Slap, that has made me motivated to post these last 2 videos. It's a lot of a personal thing. Oh my god. But yeah, The Weekly Slap has done... just helped me a lot in my own mental health. Like, I hate saying shit like this because it's corny as fuck. But it's just, I feel like I'm in a similar spot to he was. And it's a good way to help me to get to where I want to be. But yeah, Schlatt was kind of a given on this list because, I mean, he made this entire video idea for me. And although he gave a little bit of a spin on it, it's not much. It's just going from big YouTuber shouting out a little YouTuber to a small YouTuber shouting at a big YouTuber. I'm not getting them any viewers here, but it's more of just showing them appreciation for how they've affected me as a human being. And for the next one who's affected me as a person is Ludwig. And yes, whole parasocial relationship bullshit. I've heard it all before, or I've thought about it all before. Main reason I love him is because he's representing the great land of New Hampshire. The New Hampshire representation is desperately needed, because I don't think there's a single other person that's known by the general public that came from New Hampshire. It's kind of just Ludwig, and even then, people don't know him for being from New Hampshire. So, it's just nice to see as a person from New Hampshire a bit of representation from this shitty little state. But besides that, he also makes a lot of good content, and the type of content I would like to make. He makes just large pieces, like events, bringing in a ton of people. Just brings in a ton of other content creators that also, and just make fun events. Oh, fuck. He has a lot of accomplishments that are amazingly impressive with, like, whether it just be the subathon getting the most subscribers at that time, to also just making things like the streamer games and all of those events. They're the type of things I would want to make if I had his position, so I respect him immensely for that, and I figure people don't appreciate that enough, so I figured my 2 viewers would really like to hear about how I like Ludwig. This is a crazy concept. Oh, fuck. Alright. For the final YouTuber on this list, this is probably going to be the most, like, unknown YouTuber out of all of them. Because he's someone without 100,000 subscribers. It's really a miracle for this list. It's, Harold N.A. He is a, sad to say, League YouTuber. I think he'd be disrespected if I said that. Because he's been, but he progressively begins making less League content because he doesn't want to get stuck in the trap of making a specific game's content. But the reason I respect him a lot is that he's just making, like, a new and up-and-coming YouTuber, but you can tell he's definitely going to be going further than that. He has plans to make bigger things than just what he's making. But even with just about 7 or 8 videos that, frankly, aren't the most revolutionary, he has made quite a big fan base by using connections he makes through the League sphere and expanding that out of just League. He's done a really good job making engaging YouTube videos, but also just being an impressive person and making a large fan base without being like an unnecessarily extravagant person, but also just like parodying the entirety of the whole streaming sphere and YouTube making sphere. Just the idea that he ends every video with a test that someone has to pass so he makes another YouTube video just shows what kind of person he is when it comes to that, and that's something I have a lot of respect for. And besides that, he's also just making content in the way that I would like to. Like, that type of personality in video making is the ones that I wish I would be making now. Though it's not that I'm making it now, though. And that's why I respect him even more for it. And that's why I'm trying to make things that are more like what he makes. So, respect to you, Harold N.A. I don't know. I'm just saying shit here, man, and fighting Jindahad. Of course, there's a lot of other YouTubers I could thank and, like, shout out. Yeah, this isn't really shouting out. This is more giving thanks for how they've affected me as a person, but there's just... Like, I could also say Sea-Dog VA, but he's, frankly, a bit too similar to Ludwig in that sense. He's made similar content, and he's similar just as a human being, making large events for charity. And I could also, like, I'm not going to shout out every single offline TV member. I'm not going to just shout out everyone that I've ever watched. These are just personal ones. And now, I'm just going to have to finish fighting Jindahad. So, y'all get to see that, lucky y'all. Or I'm going to die and fumble this. Oh my god. Oh, that's an issue. How on earth? What do you mean? Oh my god, dude. Fuck. God, I used a fucking token on that, man. God damn it.